What's up, Garden Warfare fans? It's Strangelove here, and today we got some brand new information regarding the next free DLC coming to Garden Warfare 2, and by new information, I mean 10 pages of patch notes. That's right, the PopCap developers have been hard at work trying to do some tuning and balancing fixes, as well as bring some new content to Garden Warfare 2, and the end result was 10 pages of patch notes, which I'm not going to cover here. I'm going to go ahead and leave that as a link in the description so you can read that on your own time, but I did want to cover some of the major aspects of the DLC, so let's get into that right now. Alright, so the new DLC is officially called Trouble in Zombopolis Part 1, and we also got this really awesome teaser poster to go along with the DLC announcement. Now, in case you didn't know, Zombopolis is the name of the new Herbal Assault map that they've been working on, and Zombopolis is the biggest city that they've ever created in the PvZ universe, so of course it's going to be the focal point of this content update, and we can look to this image to sort of glean some more information on what Zombopolis is going to be like. So, front and center we have this huge Zombot, very much like the one that was being built in Z-Tech Factory, and also if you look over on the side of the image, you can just barely see a little sign that says Z Factory as well, so maybe this new Zombopolis map will be a little bit more like the extended version of Z-Tech Factory. And according to the patch notes, we also know that Dr. Zomboss and the zombies are plotting to build a mega Zombot that, when charged, may put the fate of plantkind in grave danger. I see what you did there with the grave. So anyway, this is probably that Mega Zombot that we're seeing in this image here, and since we know this is an Herbal Assault map, there's a good chance the Mega Zombot has something to do with the final mini-game as well. If you're playing as a plant, you probably have to prevent the Mega Zombot from being built or something like that. Also, we can't forget about the Kraken, which you can see slithering up the Dr. Zomboss Liberty statue over on the right. It's not very clear what this Kraken is going to do in the map or what role it's going to play. It might have something to do with the endgame as well with the Mega Zombot, but it's just hard to tell at this point. Maybe it's an Easter egg, who knows, so we'll have to wait and see what that's all about. Now, there's a few different characters in the center of this image, but two of them are brand new variants coming with the free DLC. Right smack dab in the middle, we have a Toxic Citron wearing a bright green space-like helmet, and over on the right, we have Breakfast Brains, who is adorned with a lovely toaster for a helmet. He's got a Pop Smart shirt on, as well as a bacon cape. Now, obviously, Toxic Citron is the toxic variant for the Citron class, but Breakfast Brains, we don't really know what his special abilities are yet, and I was talking to some people over on Twitter, and we were throwing around ideas, and one of the ideas I had was to have the Breakfast Brains heroic fists be covered in maple syrup, so that when he punches plants, they sort of slow down and get sticky, and I basically just want maple syrup to be incorporated into the Breakfast Brains character somehow, but whatever they decide to do, I'm sure it'll be hilarious, and hopefully he will be a balanced breakfast character, if you know what I mean. Alright, anyway, there's a few other characters in this picture, but I don't think these are new variants. It looks like these are most likely characters just wearing some of the new customizations that are coming with the DLC, and in this new content update, we're going to be getting over 1,200 new crazy customizations, as well as a new sticker pack, which is called the Zany Zombopolis pack. We don't know how much this pack is going to cost yet, but this pack is going to offer some of these new customizations specific to this DLC, and this is also probably where we can unlock these two new characters. Over on the left, we see a little neon sign for Las Venus Fun Zone, which is supposed to be like Las Vegas, and above it is a little zombie cowboy, which is a reference to the neon cowboy sign that you see in Las Vegas for, I think it's the Pioneer Casino, I can't remember, but it's definitely a clear Vegas reference. And in the distance, there's also a little disco sign, and in the previous teaser image, which I haven't covered on the channel, but I'll show it to you guys right now, this is actually where one of the capture points will be on the Zombopolis map, so it'll be like a little disco nightclub or something like that. And on this second teaser, we can actually see Breakfast Brains on this building on the left corner. Further in the distance, there's also this building with a Z that sort of looks like a dollar sign, so that seems pretty clear to be a Bank of Zombopolis. I'm not sure if the bank is going to be a primary feature of the Zombopolis map or not, but they definitely put a lot of detail into this map, so it's just fun pointing out these little things. Alright you guys, this new free DLC is coming with a ton of bug fixes and character balancing, including a huge damage buff for the Sunflower class across the board, which is going to be nice, and likewise, Electrobrains is getting a huge damage nerf, which I'm sure a lot of you are happy to hear. I'm personally looking forward to trying Chomp Thing after the update because he will be able to regenerate health immediately after taking damage, which will sort of make him more viable in fights and a little bit more competitive, and I think this update was a long time coming for Chomp Thing. On the other hand, I'm kind of bummed to hear about a few of the scientists getting nerfed. The chemists and marine biologists are getting a damage reduction. The zoologist is getting a reduced magazine capacity and distance. But I understand why these characters are getting a little tweak here and there because some of them are clearly overperforming or underperforming. So you gotta make sure that you strike that sweet balance between all the characters, and I'm sure PopCap is working really hard to make sure that happens. Alright you guys, I think I'm gonna leave it right there and wrap up this video. Keep in mind, we have not seen a trailer yet for this new content update, and usually PopCap will release some sort of trailer when they put out a new DLC like this. So look forward to that in the coming weeks. And as far as I know, this new content update is supposed to come out right before summer, so probably at the end of May. And I'm really excited to see what new stuff is coming with this update that we don't know about yet. Alright you guys, leave me a comment down below and let me know what part of this DLC you're looking forward to the most. Thank you so much for watching, stay strange my loves, and until next video, this is Strangelove signing out.